Hi, I'm Janessa, back with a special story time for the month of June, because it's Pride Month, and I am the only gay person on our podcast. So, in this story time, I am going to be talking about my coming out experience, because that's fun. Jeez. Okay, so I'm just gonna backtrack to when all of this started. Um, it's really hard to trace it exactly, but I do think we had some traces of girl liking in middle school. It's like very faint though, so like little little things like cartoon characters like Raven from Teen Titans or Starfire, stuff like that. Or just like indirectly directly shipping two female characters together or something like that. But it really came into full swing freshman year when I discovered that was something that you can do. My dumbass, I was a weeb, full blown weeb. Um, and one of the first animes that I watched was called Sakura Kiss, and that was a gay anime. I'm like, okay, cool, that seems kind of neat. Um, and going through that whole thing, I'd never really been attracted to guys. I've had guys ask me out, I've had guys give me chocolate, and I just reject them, saying like, oh yeah, I'm not interested. But I'd never experienced any attraction to guys. So during the same time I was watching that anime, I was like, well, maybe there's something wrong with me. Like, why don't I want to be with a guy? Like, I don't understand. So I watched that show through and through. I was like, damn, I had no idea that girls could like other girls. Like, that's a shocker. And so I kind of explored that path. I was talking to people online. I was looking at stuff on the internet. And, it seemed like it was a thing that people were doing. I was like, oh, shit, it can be gay. So I didn't think I was gay from the get-go. I started with pan. I was like, oh, yeah, I'm pansexual. I like people for their personalities. I just haven't found the right guy yet. Haven't found the right anybody yet. So I just, I'd outright say I'm pan. Like, I love people. I love their personalities. And, honestly, that's how I wish I was. Yeah, and then it kind of transitioned to bi. I was like, yeah, I think, pick between the two. And then as I'd get guys that, like, would hit on me online and found the first girl that I had, like, a serious crush on, I narrowed it down to just being gay. I was like, oh, shit, I just have interest in girls. So I came to that realization as I started dating my first girlfriend. First girlfriend. And that relationship didn't last very long. We were both freshmen. She was moving away and she went off campus to do stuff more often than not. So yeah, first relationship, went, wasn't too much of a heartbreak for me at least. And then I started dating people online, which was problematic. I see you nodding your head over there. And I had girls that would, fake suicide and, bait me, say they were in love with me, and then cheat on me with someone and be in, like, millions of different relationships at the same time. So I dated, I think it was two girls online. And then I moved on from that completely because I couldn't do it anymore. I did not have the capacity for that. And during that time, it was, I think, end of sophomore year. Yeah, end of sophomore year. I was really, becoming, you realizing that this was my sexuality and I have to, like, own it, but I was trying to keep it secretive. So start freshman year. No, midway through, no, freshman year. Sophomore year. Midway through sophomore year. I think a couple of my friends started to catch on to that. So I had some new friends. And I think one day, the question really came up, like, hey, Janessa, like, what's your sexuality? Like, you've never shown any interest in any guys. Like, I'm just curious. I got cornered in a pool, which was really uncomfortable. And then I just kind of came right out and said, I'm gay. I told 2 people. And I told them, I was like, guys, please don't tell anyone else. Like, I'm really not comfortable with who I am yet. Haven't quite owned it. And yeah, so told them. The word did get out to my friends, the rest of my friend group, in a good amount of time, because people are bad at keeping secrets. And they're trying to indirectly direct me, and, it's fine. But yeah, and thankfully, thank God, all of the friends that I had at that school were supportive of it. They didn't really call me out or really think anything of it. If anything, I asked them what they thought in that moment. They were just like, oh yeah, I kind of saw that coming. Which was reassuring. So I think later that year, I was really trying to figure out how to tell my parents. I figured they would be okay with it, but, you get spooked. And then just the rest of my friends that didn't know yet, because I think at that point, it was all the people that I had at my high school, my friends that went to different high schools, and my family didn't know yet. So I think I was walking with my mom one day, and we were getting catcalled by a couple of guys, because, guys are dumb. Yeah, so I was getting catcalled, and my little sister, I didn't respond, and we just kept walking, and my youngest sister, or one of my younger sister goes, what are you, freaking gay? I'm like, I didn't have a response, because I just felt really called out. I was like, shit, did she know? And my mom's like, oh my god, Janessa, it's totally fine if you are, I'm supportive of you, oh my god, it's okay if you are, all that stuff. And, I hadn't really been discreet about it. I've been watching Orange is the New Black with her. I've been, all over Alex Voss, the whole time. And I was like, shit, I guess I can just come out and say it. And yeah, yeah, I guess I am. And then for, I'm not even joking, a full week, my mom would not let that go. She's like, if I hadn't married your dad, I probably would have married Ellen. I love Ellen so much. I'm totally supportive of this. Shout out to my mom. I freaking love you. Yeah, and she told my dad, just so I didn't have to, and he was totally fine with it. My parents are super, super chill people. My mom is Canadian, so, whatever. Yeah, they're super accepting. And around that same time, my friends found out too. They were also very chill with it, commenting on my Instagram, because I think I came out the day of the year anniversary of gay marriage legalization. I was like, oh yeah, happy gay marriage legalization, first anniversary from your local freaking lesbian. And they're just like, oh yeah, congrats, cool, thanks for coming out, kind of stuff. It was really cool. It was really awesome. I'm super, super happy that, everyone around me is really accepting. And, same goes for a lot of the friends that I meet now. I do have to have that discussion, especially with male friends. Hey, I'm Janessa. I'm a lesbian, just so you don't, hit on me or get any feelings. I make that very clear from the start. And, I've had a couple of instances where that was all I was known as, and people weren't very comfortable with that, and, all of that stuff. But I'd say 90 out of 100 times it's fine, especially, living here in California. Granted, Ventura is, would you say Ventura is moderately, conservative California?
I'd say they're pretty split.
Split?
Yeah.
More so conservative or more so liberal?
I'd say it's a little bit more conservative than it is liberal.
Yeah, because we have small businesses.
For all of California.
Yeah, if you compare us to Santa Barbara, we're definitely more
conservative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Santa Barbara's completely blue. We're purple.
Yeah.
And if you compare Santa Barbara to San Francisco, they're pussies. So there's differences.
Yeah, so we live in a little bit more of a conservative spot in California. And, that's fine. You get the people that don't accept you, whatever. But I've been lucky with the people that I've been around that it's been all right. I've had some people online, guys that were interested in me, even after I tell them I'm gay, they're just like, okay, whatever, but can you send a picture of your tits? That kind of stuff. I had a guy actually, when I was figuring my sexuality out, I was trying to talk to him about it. He's like, well, you said you were bi then, that means you're bi now, and if it doesn't work out with my girlfriend, you're my backup girlfriend, right? I'm like, no. And then I had this one guy, shit, what was his, Ken. You remember Ken? Okay, so
weird.
Ken is super homophobic, and he's like, the only lesbians that I like are you and your girlfriend, and I'm gonna snatch your girlfriend. Even though she pity dated him while she was dating me. It was really confusing. But yeah, this guy, he was older than me. I was like 15. I think he was 18 or 19. And he would try to hit on me, and like I used to role play anime characters, so he would try to get into like all sorts of like sexual role plays with me. It was really uncomfortable. I turned him down every time because my character is or was gay, and I'm gay, so I was like, hey, I'm not comfortable with that. So yeah, I get those kinds of encounters, but mostly online because people are weird. And you know, at that point you could just block them or just kindly tell them to fuck off. But luckily, you know, extended family have been pretty okay. One of my girlfriends that I had, my family wasn't too keen on, but a lot of my friends also weren't keen on her either. And you know, that was fine. Nobody told me till 8 months in, but you know, go off. Yeah, and you know, it was cool. I'm fortunate enough to have family and friends that are accepting of who I am, which is really cool. I'm very, very happy to have them. Very happy that I can be who I am around them. A lot of my experiences and my identity influence what I do. Like, since coming out and being comfortable by myself, I feel a lot better about myself, my identity, and all of that. You know, I can comfortably come out, freaking walk out the front door and be like, hey, I'm gay, haha. You know, titties, let's go. And it influences my art a lot. Like, all of the characters that I create, I try to have them have some sort of queer identity, LGBT lining, just so more people feel inclusive or included. So a lot of the characters that I have are bi or are lesbian and are, you know, in stable, healthy relationships, which you don't really get to see in the media that often, unfortunately. A lot of lesbian characters kind of get killed off. I'm looking at you, what's her name? Tara from Buffy. You're my number one. Oh, that's another thing. If I'm talking about... I don't know how I didn't know I was gay earlier. Faith from Buffy had my heart and soul. Like, I was watching that show. Every time Faith came on screen, I would freaking wheeze. I love that woman. Shoot, who else? Huh?
Buffy's sister, you hated her.
Oh, God, don't even get me started on that kid, dude.
What's her name again?
We can talk about this in our podcast. We watched Buffy at the same time. Shoot, who else? Buffy, or yeah, I was gay for Sarah Michelle Gellar too. Don't get me wrong. Freaking love that woman. And when I saw Willow and Tara's relationship, I thought it was really cute. I didn't really think anything of it. I don't know how I forgot about it and thought, you know, hey, why can't girls be together? Kind of this thing. But Tara, spoiler alert, but the show's been out for a long time. Tara ends up dying, and I'm like, well, dude, what the heck? Why can't we just have a healthy lesbian relationship? And you know, I've found that happens a lot in a lot of different TV shows, like Poussey from Orange is the New Black. You know, very, very poignant lesbian character, just dead. Who else? I haven't gotten to watch a lot of gay TV shows, unfortunately, but from the shows that I've seen with LGBT characters, they either get canceled or the lesbian character dies, sorry. And lesbian shows, sorry. I'm speaking from a lesbian perspective. But yeah, so kind of off track, but you know, kind of grouping back. I'm trying to create stories with characters that have healthy relationships, and or have varying identities, you know, and tackle a lot of different things. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with me and my sexuality. Coming out was definitely a process. It was like a year in the making, and during that whole thing, I mean, gay marriage became legal. Don't know why it was illegal in the first place. I mean, people just out here trying to love. And, you know, that was going on. I mean, a lot of confusing stuff in my life. Orange is the New Black was, like, creating new episodes. Like, we're on the last season now. It's crazy. But yeah, for me, it was about timing. I had to find the right time. I had to find, you know, comfortability. And if you do find yourself in a situation in which you are coming out. Like, you know, it's all about when you feel comfortable and ready to do so. Safe, comfortable, and ready. Because it's a very personal thing. Like, you're sharing a piece of yourself that could very easily get rejected, and it's something you can't change. And same goes for, you know, bi people, pan people, trans people, you know, all of those things. They can be met with a lot of stigma. If you do run into some issues, I'm here if you need anything. Feel free to DM me. And I'm here to help. I'm not a baby gay. I've been around the block a couple times. You know, questioned a lot. Definitely questioned my sexuality a couple times. But yeah, I'm really bad at ending things, but happy Pride Month. Happy coming out, and I really hope that this helped some people. You know, you're not alone. English. We may be a minority, but, you know, there's a lot of us kind of spread around. So again, you need anything, my @ is Creative Cartoons. I'm here to help. I'm here to talk. You know, if you need help setting up like a coming out thing, or if you need someone to talk to because it didn't go well or something like that, you know, just let me know. Yeah, I'm always here, and yeah, have a happy Pride Month.